It's Frankenstein versus the Mummy from Image Films, aka an hour and 50 odd minutes of your life you're never going to get back. So basically, as you can see, these monsters are going to do battle with each other. So we go through the entire movie waiting for this grand matchup between Frankenstein and the Mummy. We got a couple of dull characters. One guy happens to be Dr. Frankenstein. So this leads to one thing to another. This guy brings back the mummy. This guy invents a Frankenstein monster. So you go the entire movie waiting for these guys to do battle, hoping you're not going to be disappointed. But when the movie runs nearly 2 hours long, and basically your only battle between Frankenstein and this mummy ends up being roughly maybe 15 minutes, maybe more like 10, you get a little bit disappointed. There's good blood in the film. I like the blood. They don't use CGI. There's good gore. That's always nice to see. The characters, you spend more time with them than you do the monsters, which is a disappointment because the characters aren't that interesting. The monsters are what bring you here. The monsters are interesting, but you don't see them as much as you see the characters. So the movie, it really, really drags. And the story, or at least the characters, aren't interesting enough to make you really care about the whole overall story until you get to the monsters, because you just want to see Frankenstein's monster and the mummy go at it. The mummy is really cool. Frankenstein may be the best character in the whole thing. The monster, not the character Frankenstein, by the way. There's a pretty good-looking female lead here, but even her looks ain't enough to make you want to keep watching this thing for an hour and 50-something odd minutes. You know, it could have been a lot better than it is. I don't want to dog the movie completely because it does have some interesting things to it. It doesn't have enough interesting things to it. So at the end of the day, you just want to see these two guys battle. If there's one saving grace to the film, it's that we get a clear winner. It isn't Freddy versus Jason where you're kind of like, well, I don't know, maybe it's a tie. You know who wins when this one ends, which is good because most of the time they cower out of that and they don't give you a good solid finish. But as far as versus movies go, it's okay. It's got promise. It could have been a whole lot better. But at the end of the day, when you got Frankenstein versus the Mummy, a nearly 2-hour film, which only gives us a few odd minutes of good action between Frankenstein and the Mummy, I'm giving it thumbs down because there's nothing here to keep you interested until we get to that point.